Hello, welcome back to my channel. So, this was a choice. This was definitely a decision that I made. Don't ask why. I don't know. It's because I got this Christmas sweater and I already had these, so it felt fitting, I guess. Welcome to day 2. It's day 3, you dumb bitch, of Vlogmas. I think we're going to be calling this Grayson's Christmas projects instead of Vlogmas because, like, as I said, all of these are not going to be vlogs, hence today's video. So what I'm going to be doing for December is once a week I'm going to be reading a Christmas related horror story while doing my makeup. So the story that I have today is from r/Let's Not Meet, and it is called Creepy Christmas Encounter in the Forest. So gonna be doing that, and I'm gonna be doing my makeup. I've already done like primer and my face base. Well, not the face base. I just put on tinted moisturizer. So I'm going to be starting with my concealer. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the story. So this is from user Z4160, and it was posted 11 months ago. So this happened last Christmas, unless this is like an old story that they were telling. But anyway, so it starts off by saying, first post here. This just happened about 1 hour ago, so my memory is fresh. First off, I'm living very rural, in a small village with maybe 10 to 15 houses, but close to the highway. And in parentheses it says, you can drive there within maybe 5 minutes, and also about 10 minutes away from the town. First Christmas Day. In the afternoon, my partner and I decided to go for a little digestive walk, as we were really stuffed from all the food. It was about 1700, which is 5 p.m. if y'all don't know, and already dark when we left, and we had a big and bright LED flashlight with us. I also took my camera and my flash, as I love taking pictures of nature at night. We decided... my eyes are blurry from hitting my face. Maybe this isn't smart, but whatever. I'm having fun. Okay, we decided to walk on a little country road towards the forest and then turn right, following a small graveled cycle track close to the forest border, which connects our village and the next. It's maybe a 15 to 20 minute walk between villages. In the middle part of the track, you have to walk through a small bit of forest. It's rather dark and the trees are very high and quite dense. When we entered, I saw our flashlight reflecting on something and recognized a car being parked there on the side of the track, close to the trees. This struck me as odd, as cars are not allowed to drive there and the path is very narrow and hidden, so I was a bit cautious. My partner pointed the light inside of the car and it seemed to be empty. I also noticed the windows were frozen, so it must have been parked there for a while. A bit in front of the car, I spotted a tree with an intriguing structure, and I asked my partner to point the flashlight towards it, so I could focus better and photograph it with my flash. After I took a few images, my partner told me, there's someone standing behind us in the middle of the road. He is looking at us. Nobody was following us the whole way. I kept looking around and behind us occasionally because at this time in the evening and close to the border of the forest, there are boars sometimes, and it's mating season, so they're more aggressive than usual. Indeed, there was a man standing behind us, staying out of the flashlight's reach. He wasn't saying anything, just standing there and facing us. At first I thought he might be startled, as it may seem a bit weird if someone's just taking photos around your car. It was not even legal to drive on that path with the car. I decided to get up and confront him from a distance, explaining to him that I was just taking photos of that tree. He didn't react and still just stood there. I then went on to ask him if he needed some light, and he replied that this wasn't necessary. It was odd, but I was still calm, sure about there being a normal explanation for his behavior. Nonetheless, my partner and I decided to GTFO and follow the path leading to the next village. It was a maybe 5 to 7 minute walk until we reached it. Fuck. It's fine. Everything's fine. Don't even worry about it. After we reached the first lantern of the next village, we looked back and observed the car driving a bit out of the forest, turning around and going back inside. I was able to see that he parked there again and turned the lights off. He didn't leave the forest. We then went home a much longer way than initially intended, as I didn't want to go back there for obvious reasons. Our flashlight battery died on the way, and my phone battery was low, so I didn't want to call the police back then, but I called them as soon as I arrived home and gave them all the details. Big regret that I didn't memorize the whole license plate, but it was just so surprising that I seriously didn't think about it. Also, it only occurred to me as really strange when I thought about the frozen windows and that he could impossibly have walked behind us, plus him having no light and not responding. He did seem to be sneaking up on us when I sat down to take the photo. I might have put on too much. Ooh, I definitely put on too much. I'll probably be able to fix it. Anyway, I think I was very lucky to have my partner, the camera, and the bright light with me. I don't want to imagine what could have happened if I was alone. So, creepy guy sneaking around in the forest, let's not meet. Yeah, that's like how all of the stories in r/let's not meet are, like, how they end. If you're not familiar with the subreddit, you tell creepy encounters with a person or a thing, and then you end it by saying, so, example, creepy man in the forest, let's not meet. I feel like I didn't need to explain that. I feel like it was kind of self-explanatory. I feel like I really fucked up this contour. Oh, that's so bad. I can fix it. It's just gonna be a little challenging. Okay, so he did add a few, or they did add a few edits. So let's see. Edit. When I told my housemate, she theorized that he may have been spying on the houses very close to the forest border, as you can easily look into their backyards without being seen. You have to walk a bit up the hill and further, about 5 minutes. I think it's likely. I had the thought of photographing the car when I entered the forest part of the path, but somehow I felt unwell about it and decided not to do it, despite it being an interesting scene. In hindsight, I believe this saved me, as he must have hidden behind the trees close to the car and forest entrance. If he was really planning a burglary, or worse, dumping a body, I think it's not likely he may have attacked me if he realized I have a potential photo of his car with a recognizable license plate. And then there was one more edit at the top. Okay. Update. Went back and found a tape marking on one of the trees, a very small hideout, more to store things than to sit in, as well as some cut off part of a backpack. That's creepy. Okay, let me try and fix my fucking face. So for all of these stories, I read them beforehand, just to make sure, to go ahead and let you guys know if there was any specific triggering content in it. So I guess for the future ones, I'll need to probably sit before recording and time myself reading them out loud to see if they're actually long enough for a video, because I was only 9 minutes. I really should have done my full fucking face base off camera, so then I could just jump into the makeup. Also, I messed up my face so bad already. That's really embarrassing. If I buff it, okay, yeah, that definitely looks better. Okay, I don't know. I'll tell a creepy story now. Fuck it. My turn to tell a story. So, and this one isn't Christmas related, but it's kind of in the relation of being out in the middle of nowhere. So that's cool, I guess. Basically, there is this road in New Braunfels, Texas. I live in Texas, if you don't know. There's this weird back road. I don't even know how to get there. The only person I know that knows how to get there is my sister. And it's just it's a very pretty road. It's a very nice road to just go down and drive, listen to music, talk to friends, and that's what we used it for. But it's also creepy as shit at night, because it's kind of in an area that's a little bit woodsy. The houses are much more scattered around. It's not a populated area. And at night, it gets creepy as fuck. So I remember one night, me and my friend group from high school, which was me, my sister, my best friend, Sage, and one of our other friends, Alicia, we had all decided to go down this road at nighttime. So we drive out there, and we get to a point where we pull over, off to the side of the road, because we wanted to stop, turn the car off, have a quiet second, and look at the stars, because it was our senior year, and we were all going to different schools, and so we wanted to make, good memories before graduating and leaving, going our separate ways. And so we just had this moment where we turned off the car, we turned off the radio, and we just rolled down the windows and sat in silence, and we looked up at the stars. And it was very beautiful, despite what I'm about to say. It was a very nice moment, and obviously I still remember it, so it was meaningful. But I started to get a little skeeved. I started to get a little spooked, because I'm not scared of the dark anymore. I used to be really afraid of it, and I have gotten a lot better at that, but I was feeling creeped out. There was something weird. It just felt weird. And so I was kind of paying more attention to my surroundings, as one does when you're a little creeped out, So I heard something. It sounded like a cough. And it sounded like at one point, I heard a cough. And at another point, I just heard like rustling. That's what I heard at first. I heard rustling. And I was like, okay, that's, creepy. But also, we're in the middle of a somewhat woodsy area at nighttime. And there is, a teeny tiny breeze. Like, it's not fucking outlandish to assume, hey, maybe it's just the wind. Maybe there's a little squirrel or a little bunny or whatever. Let's not freak ourselves out too much just yet. And then, I forgot to mention this. My sister, she was the one driving. I was in shotgun, and Sage and Alicia were in the back seat of my sister's car. My sister had gotten out of the car, and she was out there looking at the stars. And around the same time that I started to hear things, she pretty quickly comes into the car, and she seems a little bit spooked. She turns on the car, and she's like, come on, like, let's go. And at that point is when I think it was Alicia, is when she asks Kaylee, did you hear that? And Kaylee says, yes. And basically, we had all heard a cough, except Sage. Anyway, the three of us had heard a cough coming from the fucking woods, and it was pitch black, and it was very, very scary. And Alicia said that it sounded like it was very close to the car. And I guess in retrospect, it had to have been for us all to hear it, because, yeah. So then we drove away, and we were all quite spooked, and I will always think about that forever when I'm on that road now. I'm trying to think of, like, Christmas horror things I could tell, but nothing bad has ever happened to me or anyone I know on Christmas. I mean, thankfully, but God, can someone have something bad happen to them so I can make a content about it? This looks better in real life, but also this doesn't look good at all. I really have gotten, like, I used to do, like, really crazy, not crazy, so crazy, no, I used to, like, actually put effort into my makeup and try to be really creative and always do, fun eyeshadows and stuff like that, but I haven't done that in a long time just because I haven't really felt the need to recently, and so I've clearly had a depletion of my skills, because, oh my God, this looks awful. Embarrassing little fun fact, I turned the camera off so I could just, like, do this real quick, because I don't want to do all the makeup on camera, because this is supposed to be horror story oriented, right? So I was like, okay, let me do some of this off camera. Like, I'll just kind of do shorter steps, popping in and out and being like, hey, I finished the eye. Hey, I cut the crease. Hey, blah, blah, blah. So I do that. I turn the camera off, and I open my phone, and I open up YouTube to watch a video while I'm working, so I'm not just fucking sitting in silence. And I'm watching Smokey Glow's Glowmas video, the roasting holiday makeup sets. This isn't about her. Don't know why I even felt the need to say that I'm watching her. Fun fact, I am, because I love her. But the funny part, or I guess the embarrassing part, is that I forgot to pause my microphone recording. So there's going to be at least 7, maybe even longer, minutes of audio that's just me in silence watching Smokey Glow. Anyway, I'm cutting the crease now. I'll be back when I do something interesting. That might be a while. I don't, like, it doesn't, no. I'm digging in the excuse bag for excuses, and there aren't many, because this is just bad. But you know what? We're gonna keep going. We're gonna persevere. That was embarrassing. I'm so bummed. I had, like, an idea. I had a fucking vision. And now this isn't my vision. This isn't my dream. This is a nightmare. Should I just, like, put on the glitter and call it a day? I'm very curious to see how the glitter is gonna look. Oh. Okay, to be fair, the glitter is helping. I'm just gonna, like, have to use a lot of glitter, and I kind of just don't want to, because I don't want it to get in my eye and go fucking blind, you know? Recently I've been thinking about my life choices, and the things I've done to get to where I am right now. And I look in the mirror and I go, am I proud of what I'm doing? It's times like these where the answer is no. I think I'm gonna have to stop right here. This is so bad. This is so bad. How... This is so bad. Maybe that'll be the bit in future horror story videos is, you know, I'm telling this scary story while doing scary makeup. But not scary like, oh, special effects. Or... Yeah, that's what it is. Special effects. You know, like putting latex on my face and making it look like I've been decapitated. No, it's just scary in how bad it is. Because, hey, what you doing? What the fuck is this? Okay, thank you so much for watching this. I know that this devolved very quickly, which is kind of representative of just how my channel has been recently. There's been a lot of choices made. Not a lot of them have been good. I keep looking at myself and laughing. I'm so scared I'm gonna get glitter in my eye. I'm gonna keep this one closed. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm gonna wash this off because I'm very scared of going blind right now. So I'm gonna go. Thanks and goodbye.